Okay, now we are live here with Reality Radio. It's myself, Stefan, and Andrew. We're back again. This time we're going to have our very first ever Survivor podcast. Talking
I
about
thought you guys
Survivor 30.
didn't you guys do the Survivor podcast before?
I don't think so. I think we did a blog.
No, we talked about it once, but we never
We
did
didn't
it.
go to the full season. Oh, which season was that?
Like, I remember you guys did maybe something for like Blood vs. Water or the season before that, maybe.
Maybe we did then. Oh, I don't remember. Well, this is the first time where I feel like we can go the whole length of the season because it looks like a really good season, even though I have my doubts. What does that say?
No, it's just the cast, Survivor cast.
Oh, it's
And I don't know the tribes either. I don't know all their names either, so we're gonna go.
well, let's just jump right into like, what do you think about the themes when you first heard that this was how it's gonna be? It's gonna be like about class. It's almost about. Well, I don't know if you want to say if it's like class or just like your views on.
I think it's
life.
try to do it between the classes, like
I think they
white collar, blue collar, and then you have the free spirited tribe. But when I heard about it, I thought it was interesting. You know.
See, when I heard about it, I wasn't too sure about it. I wasn't too sure if I was gonna like it.
Yeah.
But after seeing
Like
it,
it could be a little too judgmental, like, oh, you're a white collar, oh, you're a blue collar.
yeah, it's like.
I mean, I'm
don't
not.
do that.
I haven't watched many Survivor season, but didn't they do a season where they it was the three tribes and they sorted them out by race?
I did not hear that. That
Yeah,
is.
I mean, that's. I mean, it's not really that bad. I kind of like it. Like,
About
Yeah, I like it.
you got one team with executives, another team with the postal worker, and
oh, you said jobs, or I thought you said race.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
they did do one past season with race. I don't remember what. I got this
That would weird me out. Like, why?
That would weird me out.
30th anniversary magazine, and
I gotta look that up and see how that one. That would weird me out.
Yeah,
One like that. But this season is good though. This season looks good.
it does.
Yeah.
Very
So
comfortable.
let's break down team by team.
yeah, they have the three teams, three tribes. You have the blue collar, which are like it's like the workers, the hands-on, like truck drivers, postal workers,
You work for your money.
movers. Yeah, people who aren't afraid to get down and dirty with
Yeah.
their jobs. Then you have the white collar,
Bossy
more like business
yeah, like to be in
men and
charge.
women, like to be in charge, executives type of thing. And then you have the no collars, who are like
Very
my favorite team. Very like free spirited, like the adventurous, just kind of kind of flow with the
Like
way the wind goes. They're not really like tied down to anything really. They're
like before this cast was revealed, I was thinking, okay, no collar. They're probably only going to get like one or two people to the merge. And now that I see the cast, I'm like, okay, now they might get 4 or 5.
Why do you say that? I think that they have a good chance out of all of them after hearing what.
No collar. They don't really care what happens. They're just there for the ride. That's what I was assuming collar meant.
They're if you think about like their views on life, they seem that they're going to be more like team unity and about like togetherness and things like that. They're not. I mean, they're going to have their alliances and their friendships within the group, but I feel like they're going to be the least likely team to like start backstabbing right away, in my opinion.
They're so well. That Vince guy, he's a little weird.
But he's not really like he's creepy.
He looks like he would backstab Joe in a minute because he kind of like is jealous of him a little bit. But yo, this is who I think we should all watch out for on the no collar tribe. Because that last
I think it's the chick. I think it's the chick they're going after.
he looking pretty strong. He may
Who's
laugh.
that? That was Vince?
No, Joe.
Joe?
Yeah. I don't know if you can see his face.
Oh,
See
okay.
Is he a Jersey guy?
No, Arizona. It says Arizona.
Jersey guys on blue collar.
I liked him.
Yeah.
So okay, so who are your favorites on no collar? Who your favorites? Who stands out to you?
Let's go through each tribe. Let's
Let's
start
go
with
to each tribe. All right, start with No Collar. No Collar has Will. Will, I forgot what he does, but he's a black guy. I forgot what he does though.
No, he's a YouTube guy.
YouTube, that's right. YouTube with his
Yeah.
wife. Him and his wife did some
Yeah.
dance thing.
My brother showed me that during the commercial during the show. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. Then you got Vince. He's a creepy stalker guy.
Coconut collector.
Stalker, very stalker.
Like, he makes money collecting coconuts. That's kind of cool and weird at the same time.
Yeah. It is.
Then you got let me see.
Yeah.
Who else is on?
Nina is on the No Collar tribe.
That's the
Nina.
one. That's the one who's deaf.
Very advocate.
Yeah, that's the one who's she says she's completely deaf.
Yes. No. Yeah.
And,
I wonder how that's gonna play out. You know.
He's not gonna go to the end.
there was something like that on the earlier seasons. I remember. I forget which season it was, but it was
I just watched
completely
it,
deaf.
Nicaragua.
I don't know.
And so,
Girl had a prosthetic leg. Nicaragua.
she seemed like she understood well though. Like those hearing things helps her, and people. If she's on the right tribe though, because the white collars are cutthroat, and they're gonna be like, you know what, you gotta go. Whereas these guys, they're more like, okay, we'll work with you. You're part of our family now. All for one for all type of business. So she's on the right tribe. I like that they put her on this tribe.
Yeah.
Which should help her.
Who's the last girl on No Collar?
Well, it's Jen and then Haley.
Haley? What does Haley do?
She's a law student, and her picture is not bad to look at either.
Creepy. Stefan.
The one to watch out for in that tribe?
And then Jen. Remember, Jen is the guy that Vince liked. Girl that Vince liked. She's a sailor instructor.
And then there's Joe too, right? Joe's on No Collar.
Yep, he's the jewelry designer.
The one to watch out for on that tribe, and just because of her looks, is Jen.
Yeah, Jen.
I feel
Like
once they get towards I feel like they're not going to see her much as a threat, and they're like, okay, we want the guys to be like, we want somebody good to look at, so we're going to keep her around a while.
Yeah. But I hope they don't have to worry about that for some time. I hope they just keep on winning and winning.
Mm-hmm.
And then so we can weed out all the white collars. So it can just be like blue versus No Collar the entire time. So this is so who's your favorite on No Collar though? Who's your favorite on No Collar?
Joe, because I feel like he's doing good. No Collar, definitely Joe.
I like Joe.
Yeah.
I like Will.
He's the one who started the fire, right? He's the one who did the fire.
And he helped the team win in the immunity challenge. So immediately I was just like, yo, Joe, we have to watch out for him.
I really like Will. I feel like Will's going
I like
to
Will too.
Yeah, Will's cool.
level-headed.
He's gonna be under the radar. He's under the radar.
At the same time, I don't think he's gonna win.
He can if he plays the game right. If he is a decent competitor, so that the team will want to keep him around, but not strong enough to where when you get to the merge, you're first one to look at.
Yeah.
So I feel like if he can play his cards right, he should be okay.
Now, I mean, I'm not as familiar with Survivor as much as you guys, but does this 6-person three-team tribe, does that benefit a girl or a guy more in the long run?
I don't know.
I don't know. You said a 6.
I mean, they're all mad. It depends on your team.
It depends.
Like, I only watched like a few episodes of 28, I think it was, Kagion, and the final 2 were both guys, right? Tony and Wu.
Well, if you watch the season,
Right.
Was it Philippines? I think.
Yeah.
It was with
And Kim won that season. I saw that one. It was actually. And that was the season we discussed. We discussed the very first episode and we never went back to it.
That one was a 3-team season, and one team just got murdered and completely disintegrated, and then they came down to 2 people, and then the other 2 teams had to pick one person to add onto their team. So one team just completely got torn apart. But the person who won that season was one of the people who was on that team that got torn apart, and it was a girl, Denise. So I don't know if it matters really. I think it just matters how you personally play the game. I don't know if it really benefits either way.
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how Will's gonna do though. I don't really know.
First
He
one
doesn't
out.
seem game savvy. He doesn't come across his game like he knows what he's going.
First one out on that tribe. If they do have to go to tribal before the 12, are we all in agreement that it's Vince?
No.
No. I think just the audience sees kind of him as a creepy kind of guy, but I think that Jen she knows that she can still use him.
She's gonna
protect him.
Yeah.
Because he's in her corner. Even though he comes across as creepy, that's someone who will not vote for her.
You're gonna turn on Joe.
No, I think Will or Nina is gonna be targeted.
I think Nina.
Yeah.
Honestly. Even though I just said that they'll be together, I just don't know if she's gonna blend in.
Nina's the oldest. Nina and Will are the oldest people on that tribe, so
yeah,
that's another target.
Yeah, blue collar.
Yeah.
Let's go to the blue collar.
Okay. Oh wait. So Sierra, right? And you guys remember her? Doesn't she remind you of Laurel? The way she talks? Sierra.
Sierra.
I don't know if you paid attention to her, but there was an incident when she was trying to say that she wasn't convinced that Dan and what's the other guy's name? And Mike wasn't telling the truth about the whole little immunity thing, a clue to immunity. And I don't know, she just reminded me of Laurel. The way she was.
I don't think
she's really tall too.
Honestly, in that tribe, the guys stood out to me more than the girls did.
On blue collar? Yeah.
Those guys.
So let's list the guys then. We have Dan. He's the oldest guy, the one who got on my nerves like crazy.
He's a post office guy, and he was the one that stepped up, right, to be a leader.
Dude can juggle too.
Then we got Mike Holloway.
Mike.
Homeboy eating scorpions on day one.
Who ate a scorpion like an idiot.
On day one.
He seems like he's going to be like a goofball.
It was not like it was day 35 where you were like dying to get food. It was day one. Like I'm sure he probably like how long do you think they spend out like in the island before they are put in teams?
I don't think long.
I don't know, but it's not eating scorpion time. You know, like try and hold off on that because that's gonna come. There's gonna come a time where all you can't eat are scorpions and crabs and stuff. But right now it's day one, like you said, Andrew. He didn't need to do that, but I don't know why he thought that he
from one of the old seasons that I watched, Natalie, who won Survivor Samoa, freaking killed a rat, but that was like day 25, 26.
Yeah. That's nasty.
That really wasn't too bad.
That's nasty. Okay, so who's the last guy? Who's the tattoo guy? What's his name?
Rodney.
Okay.
That's the one that I like.
And you like Rodney, Andrew.
We lost
Andrew likes Rodney.
Mm-hmm.
I like him too.
The girls we have Sierra, Lindsay.
I like him too. He reminds me of. Yeah, so I like Rodney. Okay, so I mean I don't even remember the girls. Honestly, I know they no. Okay,
Lindsay was.
Let's start talking about some moments because there was a moment where it was like the girls all had an issue with Dan. Stefan like totally got locked out.
Lindsay was the one that Rodney was aligned with, right?
Who? Lindsay. Oh my gosh.
One of them is a cop. I don't remember which one it was.
Mm-hmm. And you know, I think Rodney's gonna do good in this game because he's already thinking. Like he actually kind of reminded me, even though I didn't watch this whole season, but he's kind of giving me Tony vibes. I didn't watch the whole season, but I watched like the beginning of it, and he's kind of reminded me about that Tony the cop.
The girls?
No, just the way he kind of carries himself, the way he kind of talks, and the way he kind of thinks. Like he's already thinking strategy. He's already thinking how he's gonna milk this. You know, I'm not saying that he's using his sister's story to get votes, but I'm just saying that he can see he can see, when people are like gonna be sympathizing with him and what works with the ladies and things like that. So I think that he's gonna do good. He's already thinking, whereas Dan is like not thinking at all. I don't think Mike is really thinking strategy either, because
Honestly,
they're both just kind of
honestly, Whit,
they're
between
both kind of
all
out.
three tribes, the guys in the blue collar tribe are hands down the most athletic.
No, they're not.
Like all three of them combined, you think white collar's better?
Dan, yeah, white collar. I would say white collar is better. Dan is
Between,
not. Dan brings them down a lot.
we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I mean, the first challenge was just like an endurance / puzzle challenge. So
And Mike doesn't even seem all that athletic. I would say, no, I would say with Joe and Vince, no collar is looks good. And then you got the greasy hair guy on the other side. I forgot his name. I would say white collar probably got the better fit guys, honestly, even though I don't like that tribe.
but on that one, I think like you agree with me. Rodney's gonna be the one to watch. I feel like he's
Yeah.
likable, and he's already got Lindsay or whoever in his back pocket, pretty much the whole time.
Not only that, but with the issues that arose with Dan,
And then Mike,
getting in an argument with the girls, that helped Rodney, because Rodney can go over to the girls and be like, "Look at this guy over here. I'm with you guys. I'm with you guys. I agree with what you guys are saying." So that kind of helps him out and puts him in a tighter group with the girls, and then
Lindsay, Kelly, and Sierra on the.
Lindsay, Kelly, and Sierra.
Okay. Kelly might be the cop. I don't know. One of them is the cop. I just don't remember which one. I think it's Kelly.
I gotta see. A lot of cops like doing the show.
And Big Brother.
Yeah, get a lot of cops.
Tony won Survivor. Derek won Big Brother. They're trying to keep the run going.
Okay, so let's move over to a white collar tribe. Okay, this one is my favorite person stood out to me is the guy that everyone seems to not like. So who's your favorite person, Andrew, on the white collar tribe?
It's a toss-up between Max and Tyler. I feel like both of them are gonna do very well. I don't see them going before the tribe swap. And Max, I was listening to So's X interview, and he talked about this on the show. Max actually taught a class on Survivor, which is pretty cool.
Well, if you teach a class on Survivor, shouldn't you know how to make fire, though? Shouldn't you actually know, shouldn't that be a part of the lesson, the teaching? Shouldn't that be like a whole section on how to make fire?
Doesn't
it's like
Jeff Probst, have a book or video or do videos on how to make fire?
I don't know, but if you're going on Survivor, you need to be practicing how to make fire. What's his name said that he practiced. What's his name? Joe on No Caller was like, I practiced how to make fire. I did it in my backyard.
I remember last time. So. Dale broke his glasses and made fire. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. And that did
one of the memorable things Dale actually did. He didn't do much, but
he did make fire though. Good for Dale. I'll give him that one.
Yeah.
So wait, Stefan. So who's your favorite person on White Collar Tribe? Stefan? Can you hear us?
I can't hear him. Can't hear him either. Refresh, bro.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say Max.
Max.
Oh wait,
Max.
and Jaquan. Jaquan's on that tribe, right?
Yeah.
Max
Joaquin?
Oh, Wahim. That's his name.
Wahim. You heard you say? He said Jaquan. I thought.
Everybody in the club gets.
It's like, how do you spell his name? His name is Joaquin. Yeah, that's those.
I agree. I agree with you. I was like, yeah, that's his name.
Bringing me back to high school, man.
Oh my god.
Pause.
I don't know why that's so funny. I don't know why that's so funny. It's like, all right. So how you say his name? Wahim.
Wahid. The J is silent.
Why?
Okay, now we know.
Yeah.
All right. So that's my favorite person too, but everyone hates him. But it's like, he's just playing the game.
Yeah, he is playing. I feel like he's gonna have a hard time though. I feel like he may be targeted because I feel like he's gonna be a good player, and his tribe will sense that. So.
Well, let's get to the issue that kind of stood out for him and okay, so immediately when they get there, they had to pick team captains, or just like a leader, or like just a person had to stand out, and then they had to pick another person, and those two people, once they got to their tribe, those two people had to go to this other location and they had a decision to make. They had to either choose go with the honesty or deception. And honesty, you get like a big bag of, was it rice or beans or something like that?
Rice.
You get a big bag. Those beans?
Almost.
Okay. You get a big bag of beans to take back to your tribe.
When did they ever get beans? It was rice.
Well, I don't know. No, they already give them rice. They already give them rice, though.
I want you to watch the episode back, Stefan.
I could have sworn it was rice.
As soon as they say beans, I want you to tweet me saying I told.
That's why I figured it was beans, because it wasn't as much. They usually give them like a big bag of rice, a bigger bag of rice than that, because so that's what I'm thinking. It's beans, because they usually get rice anyway.
Let me find rice, and you guys owe me.
and then the deceive was taking back a small bag of beans to your tribe, and getting a clue to the hidden immunity idol. All right, so let's start with the white collar tribe.
I would have taken honesty.
I would have picked honesty, but I feel like what they did wrong was bringing back that small bag of beans, because there's no way they can explain that away. Like, that's all you went there for, was a bag of beans.
Yeah.
So they should have if they went with deceive, then they should have left the beans there, not take the beans at all, and just come up with some other stories like, oh, this is just, they just want us to, do whatever.
Make the beans.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. That was messed up. Because no one believed that. Their tribe did not believe that lie.
And the thing that got me mad about Joaquin, that's how you say it, Joaquin, seemed like, and maybe this is how it was edited, it seemed like the people that were mad, they were more mad at So than Joaquin. And Joaquin was letting So take all the heat. I don't know if you guys felt like that.
So was the one talking, and she was the one who came up with that story. So the person who's talking is, she should have just let him, because it seemed like he was the one who initiated the whole thing. Like, she was unclear of if she wanted to do it. It's like she wanted to go with honesty, but he was like, no, I don't want to, we're not here to be nice and make friends. We're here to play the game and win. So she seemed like she was kind of forced into that decision. So I feel like she should have stayed, they should have came up with this strategy together and been like, look, okay, how are you going to handle this? You got to tell them something. This is, what are you going to do? But I don't know why she put herself out there like that in that position. So, yeah, she definitely took the heat. I don't know if it was because of him. I think that she just kind of played it wrong.
Why they did that? I mean, she was manipulated into doing that.
I don't know if she was manipulated. I would say she was forced into. I don't think he used any type of brain trickery. I think she just didn't have the like she should have just been like, no, look, I don't want to. But maybe you're right. Maybe he did say more to her. But to me, it looked like she just. I don't know why she went along with that, but I think they should have left that little small bag of beans though. That was not cool bringing that to the tribe. But they were the only tribe that went with the seed. Were you shocked by that?
No. I mean, the first two tribes made it clear. Vince and Joe and who was it? Was it Haley or?
This is the last. I have to relocate. Sorry.
No, it was what's his name? Dan. It was Dan and Mike.
No caller was Will and
For the Blue Tribe.
It was
Dan and Mike for Blue Tribe, and then Will and one of the girls.
Was it
I forget what her name was.
Or was it Jen?
For the no tribe. I mean no caller.
What happened? What are you trying to figure out?
It was a guy and a girl that went to get the bag of beans.
On the no collar tribe?
Yeah.
The guy was Will. Who was the girl? I've only watched this once. So.
It was either Jen or Haley.
Jen or Haley. Okay, so I mean,
they made the decision like 3 seconds.
Stefan, were you shocked with the decisions of people choosing to not take the hidden immunity idol clue?
No, because I would have probably chosen honesty as well, and I'm not surprised that the white collar people they chose deceive.
Do you think if it would have been two different people from the white collar tribe, do you think that would have been the same outcome? They would have chosen deceive?
Because Max said straight up, and this is why I like Max. He's very blunt about what he would have done. He'd be like, I would have lied about it, but I would have come up with a better lie.
Yeah, definitely. Because So originally wanted to pick honesty. It was Waheen, if that's his name right. He wanted to pick deceive. So.
Yeah, and I like the blue collar reasoning. Mike and Dan's reasoning. They're like, oh, we should pick DC because villains are the ones that win the game. Sometimes, yes. Yeah,
yeah, but the ones who win the game are the ones who at least fake the honesty, though. You got to fake it a little bit and gain people's trust, and then you start coming out and really start playing the game.
Be on the low. Yeah.
I'm sure Tony did a good job of that in season 28.
So I mean, I like this little. It's almost like a test to kind of see where their heads was at and things like that. And what do you think about the no caller tribe discussing their decision before the two even went out there, not knowing what they would have had to do? Like this right there told me how they were going to try and play this game, and why I think they may be the better team in the end, making it to the merge.
Being tribe swap?
Tribe? No. Oh yeah. I don't even know if they'll do that this time. There's 3 tribes.
They have to.
They may not. Why would they do that though?
If one tribe gets too small, they may.
The Brain tribe in Cagayan had Spencer and 2 of the girls, right?
And they did split.
Yeah.
But how would they? I don't get how they would do that though.
They would just pick random. They would just pull the
I know one season they had to pick like an egg, and whatever color your egg was, that's the tribe that you went on.
Yeah.
When they did dividing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't happen.
I don't like tribe swaps though. I just like keep them the same until the merge, and then that's when like the big thing happens, like the big alliances come together and stuff.
With this team, I don't think they need to do a tribe swap. I mean, Survivor Blood.
Yeah.
You feel like it was cool? It was the right move to do last season.
No. I would have liked it if they would have kept it the same last season. Yeah. But that's only because that would have been Jeremy would have had a better chance.
Coropa was playing so horribly. Is that why they did it?
What?
Is it because that the Orange Tribe was doing so bad? Is that probably why? I
don't know. I just know that Maybe they do that. They switch the game up on a dime if one of the tribes aren't, if it's getting too predictable or something like that. So hopefully that doesn't happen this season.
I think they would switch it at 14.
So so let's get into the challenge, the competition.
Before we get into that, don't you think they just dragged out the whole episode? Be like,
Yeah,
I was watching with my brother. I was like, when the hell? We were both like, when the hell is the challenge gonna start? Like, it was too much fluff in it before the challenge.
Well, that's how they always do the first episodes. Because when you have 3 teams, you have to kind of show like the dynamics of each team and who's getting along, who's not. You got to show them building their shelters and who can make fire, who can't. So and then you have the like their thing with the honesty and deceit thing. And then you had to see how that played out when they got back to the tribe. So there's a lot of stuff you have to kind of have to introduce characters. Yeah. So it's like the first episodes are always kind of like mostly filler.
I mean,
just kind of getting to know them.
San Juan del Sur did a challenge like right away. I mean, I know it's difference between 2 and 3 tribes, but it just seemed like it dragged until we finally got a challenge about 45 minutes in.
I agree. I think it did drag.
I liked it.
They only dragged it to make it an hour and a half. That's all.
It was an hour and a half long.
Yeah, it was 90 minutes.
It was 90 minutes Survivor, 90 minutes Amazing Race.
Yeah. Oh, so you guys watched it live. It dragged on for you guys. Me, I missed it live, so I got to watch it online with no commercials.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So it was just kind of like a breeze for me. That's why.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Okay, I get it. So we get to the competition, which I really like this Survivor has the best challenges in my opinion. They're just like
but they're getting predictable now. You can pretty much predict what's gonna happen with what's
they
become the same things, but it's still interesting to see.
They're not as predictable as Big Brothers, though, right?
Big Brother has the worst challenges. Yeah.
I mean, Big Brother has the same.
They repeat everything every year. It's like they just like switch up the themes a little bit, but they repeat like the same type of challenges. But this challenge was really cool. It started out with they have picked one person to like undo the bots, and you get the choice between using the keys, but they had like a ring with like a bunch of keys on them. But only like one key. I think only like one key was the right one to unlock the box. Or you can just do the ropes, unknot the ropes, and go down the.
Was probably the smart way.
Everyone chose the keys at first. Yeah, so you're saying you would have did the ropes?
I would have done the rope. No, I would have done the knots.
I don't know what I would have done.
The knots.
I probably would have tried the keys first.
The keys would have probably.
Not knowing what I know now, I probably would have chosen the keys first.
Yeah, you think you get lucky, or can like
at least with the knots, you know what to do.
You just faster.
Yeah.
Right. With the knots, it's like you see an end goal. It's not luck. You know what you're aiming for. You're just trying to do it as fast as you can. With the keys, it's like. And you get nervous, and then they like start like fumbling. I probably would have picked the keys too, but I would have been just as wrong as they were.
Yeah.
And but when you get onto the knots, I think it was Mike for the blue collar, So for white collar.
Not a sure. Oh, you're not at.
And I'm not sure for no collar. But they get to the knots. So flies by like crazy. She just goes do that thing and does a great job at it. Then they get to the second part of the challenge where they have to bring this ladder thing and like the whole because they open up the box, there's this ladder in it, so now they have to like get their whole team up over the bars or whatever. Do something like that. It was like a little physical. It's like a little physical stuff, not much. So they do that. But then my favorite part was the puzzles. You get to the puzzles. Now they had a choice of 5-piece puzzle,
Oh yeah.
10-piece puzzle, which was 3D puzzle, or it was like 50-piece puzzle, which was like straightforward, but it's just gonna take longer time.
True. I don't know. Those
So
puzzles. I mean, the 10-piece puzzle that looked difficult. The tree.
Jeff
Well,
So annoying.
Jeff made the 50-piece puzzle sound so easy
he
when he
did.
was explaining,
Yeah.
and it really wasn't.
Yeah, it didn't. It was so many.
It was easy. It probably was easy, but in that amount of time that when you're racing like that, all those puzzle pieces are going to get mixed up. You're going to start panicking. So I don't know why they did that. Why not go for the 5-piece? You guys are supposed to be like the brainiacs and all this and that. Why not just take a chance on the 5-piece puzzle?
Wow.
Like, I don't get why they didn't do that. So they screwed themselves by picking the 50-piece, but oh well. But blue collar and no collar both picked the 10-piece.
10-piece. Yeah. And
No collar finished. Was it no collar to finish first, and then the blue collar?
blue collar finished first. Wait, I don't know. No, because remember, no. Whatever tribe Joe was on.
Joe did it for no collar, and I believe it was. Fuck, I don't remember now.
No, the no collar tribe finished first because Joe had to step in for Siren. Remember, Siren couldn't do it.
Who?
Okay, and then
Siren, whatever her name is. I don't know none of these people's names.
I told you we had other names. Okay, so it's Joe, Mike, and
Shireen, you mean?
someone else.
Shireen's on white collar.
Serene, yes, Serene's on white collar. Serene was the one who couldn't do the.
He works for Yahoo.
She's the one who couldn't do the 50-piece puzzle. I remember now because she was freaking out.
Who stepped up for her, Jaquan or?
Jaquan.
Matt.
Everybody in the club getting tips.
I'm assuming it was probably Max.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I've only watched the episode once.
Yeah.
So, blue collar and no collar are safe. Woohoo! I was cheering so loudly.
One tribe won fire kit. Another one won flint.
Yeah, the one tribe that figured out how to make fire.
The thing I like about the rewards is
fire kit.
how they build up to excitement. Like, you know how they start first episode, they start with like fire stuff, and then whoever wins reward next will get some type of fishing gear. Yeah. Then it'll keep getting better and better from there.
Then it'd be comfort items like pillows and blankets and stuff.
I like that. I think that's a cool thing that they do.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. So then white collar has to go into tribal, which was what I wanted. But at the same time, I feel sorry because my favorite people, which was So and Joaquin, they were vulnerable now because everyone know they lied about whatever. Oh, and we didn't even talk about that. What's her name? Carolyn, who found the idol.
The idol.
Even though the other ones had the clue.
That was awesome.
That was smart.
I don't know how far she's gonna go.
Find it so quickly, like.
I don't know how far she's gonna go, but at the reunion, I feel like that's gonna be one thing that Jeff's gonna ask her right away. How did you find it so fast?
Because she followed the.
I mean, it was a cool little moment there.
So it was so obvious. She was like obviously in front of everybody, like looking in the trees.
So obvious.
So Carolyn just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna hang out where she's looking, and then maybe I'll stumble upon it, and so be it. She did. So congrats to her, even though I was hoping she would go home instead of So, but whatever.
I think it should.
So, well, there's already kind of an alliance now, though, in this group. Because we have Carolyn, and who was it? Was it Max or I think it was the guy with the beard.
Max and Tyler. But people thought that the alliance was Max, Tyler, Joaquin, and So.
Yeah.
Or So and Joaquin thought that.
And So, right, and yeah, because So approached him. She approached him about getting Carolyn out, or getting the girl who screwed up the puzzle out.
It should have been her. I
It
think
should have been her.
Yeah, it should have been. I was thinking.
Should have been her, absolutely.
Because Carolyn was like, a girl has to leave. If you're gonna say a girl has to leave, why are you picking on Cell?
I don't think.
Pick the weakest girl.
I thought it should have been Joaquin. I'm sorry.
No, it should have been Sharon.
No, that's why because she was in the alliance. It was Carolyn, Sharon, and Matt or Tyler. One of those two were in alliance with those two girls, and that's why she didn't go because she had her group. So
who was the swing vote? Was it Max?
Max was a swing vote. Max was a swing vote. Tyler, I think, was in
Max Max got called out in tribal for playing both sides, right?
Did he?
It was either Max or Tyler. It was one of the two.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, our core four. She said it to Carolyn's face, which was stupid. She said it to Carolyn's face. We're voting you out tonight.
Yeah. So that's not going to work well for him. Well, I'm glad she called them out, though. So now, she left. She left with the bang. She called people out who's going to flip away. But that at the same time, that probably turned his vote even more because now he's like, oh, crap. Now I got to get this girl out. I don't know.
Ultimately, I think they made the right choice. I mean,
I don't think so.
I don't know. They should have.
Why do you say that, Andrew? Why do you say they made the right choice?
I mean, it should have been Shireen, but I feel like, and from watching the seasons that I've watched of Survivor, you say one thing stupid in Tribal Council, you're gone.
If you don't have a solid numbers to back it.
I think she really honestly thought that
she didn't.
Numbers behind her, but she got played. You know, she got blindsided.
Do you feel like Carolyn should have played the idol?
No, if she has the numbers, there's no point of playing that idol. Yeah,
like she was 100%
confident in herself.
Yeah, I think we're just seeing it edited because they want to make it suspenseful. But the fact that she didn't play her idol, I think that the votes were locked on, locked in for Show to go. I don't think it was a switch vote, let's see what this is.
Yeah.
So.
You guys want to head into predictions?
What is that? What did you say?
You want to do predictions for next week or for the season?
I got
sure.
I got your final three right here. You ready?
Oh.
It's gonna be Joe.
Oh yeah, definitely Joe.
And Rodney.
Joe who? And
Joe,
Rodney?
Jen,
Rodney? I didn't know.
I don't see those two boys making it to the end. I see.
Like I said, Jen's gonna be kept based on how people won't think she'll win.
I think that
See her as a threat.
I'm gonna go with Tyler or Matt. One of those two.
I feel like it's gonna be two from
Jen,
one tribe and one from the other.
Yeah, I'm thinking Jen, Joe, and Max.
Yeah, that could be good. That could be a good little thing.
Oh wait, Joaquin. I can't.
Joaquin hopefully will make it.
Joaquin's going next. I'm sorry.
You think so?
If they lose, I'm hoping. I wouldn't mind if they lost, but I hope that he's
unless he convinces Max and Tyler to vote Carolyn out or flush Carolyn's idol, and then somebody votes for. They vote for Shireen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has to convince both guys and a girl that they need to vote out Shireen next because she's a slink.
Dan may go far too.
Do you feel like? Do you think Tyler will betray Carolyn's trust like in the next episode or two and tell some of the guys that she has an idol and to flush it out? Because we see that happen all the time on this show.
He needs to. Yeah, I would do that.
He should have did it. He should have did it this time to save So, because So's a better player.
Mm-hmm.
He should have been like, okay, she has an idol.
Yeah.
Let's vote. Send some votes for her and Shireen. So if she plays the idol, Shireen goes home.
They probably will do this next. They'll probably do it next.
So who do you guys think is more vulnerable and the other tribes, like in blue collar and no collar, who do you think if they lost next week or this week?
Dan.
Dan, oh yes, Dan for sure would be number one for
Mm,
me on blue collar. What about no collar?
yeah,
You think Nina?
on no collar. Oh, probably Will or what's her name?
Nina?
Nina.
You don't see Will making.
I see Will going far. If he gets in with the guys, if he
I
gets
feel.
in with
I feel like,
Joe,
I feel like Will's gonna do the same thing Jeremy and John did last time. He's gonna win a lot of competitions, and the first chance he loses, they're gonna get him out.
I don't see him winning a lot of
Joe?
competitions. Not a lot of
So,
physical competitions.
You saying who you talking about, Joe?
well,
Will. Oh yeah.
because I
We'll
mean,
see.
both Jeremy and John last season won quite a few competitions, and at one point I thought after Jeremy left, I thought John was gonna win, and obviously that didn't happen. First chance he lost. Natalie
Mhm.
did her magic.
Got him out, right?
I'm gonna have Survivor 30,
So,
though.
so we
And
have.
if she wins it, I'm gonna be. I'm not gonna be surprised, but at the same time, it's gonna be like she's probably like at the bottom half of the top winners. Jen's gonna win Survivor 30.
So let's go through our predictions right now, so we can call them out this week. All right. So for white collar, who we got?
Who's gonna go far?
Who's going home?
Oh, she's frozen. I think she might have said who's going home.
Joaquin.
Yeah, either Joaquin or Sharon.
You're gonna have a hard time with this shit all season.
Either him or Sharon, because Sharon's the weakest girl. He may be able to convince his tribe to vote out Sharon. And then who do you think?
Honestly, I feel like Carolyn's. I don't think Carolyn's gonna. I think she's gonna go home with her idol in her pocket.
I can see that happening.
That could happen. She could
They
go
may
home
blindside
with her
her.
the week after.
Yeah, if Tyler decides to call her out, then they could definitely blindside her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't see her making the merge. I don't see any of the white collar girls making the merge.
Nah.
Maybe one of them might make it on luck, but
Yeah. If I had to pick someone, it'd probably be Carolyn.
I mean,
Could be wrong. I don't know.
blue collar Dan, easily.
Yeah, Dan. Yeah. Or it could be a female.
Lindsay, I feel like is in a good position because she's aligned with Rodney.
Mm-hmm.
The other two I don't really know much about because they weren't really shown much.
Yeah. Well, I know Ronnie. He wants to keep the girls on his tribe and make that little alliance. So yeah, Dan may be a target.
Whitney was commenting that Rodney's kind of playing a similar game to what Tony did. Do you agree?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Tony did the same thing, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so we said.
You guys don't think Rodney's gonna make it to the end? Do you feel like he's gonna make it on finale night, but get cut at final 5, final 4?
If his plan works out, then yeah, definitely. But
you feel like whoever's left is gonna get rid of him at final 5, final 4?
yeah, that's what I think.
One of the two. Because I feel like he's gonna go far. And I told Whit this. I hate to pick my favorite right now because after episode 1 of San Juan del Sur, it was Jeremy, hands down. And it didn't work out for Jeremy once the merge happened.
Yeah,
he was blindsided big time. So I hope I don't jinx Rodney too.
Well, it's 50-50. I can see him going far, but at the same time, I can see like his plan backfiring on him.
Who do you feel like is going to be the biggest physical threat, like Jeremy and Josh were last season? Who do you feel like is going to be the one to be that the tribe, once they merge, is going to get rid of right away because they're a big threat?
Definitely, it could be Ronnie if Ronnie makes it to the merge, because he seemed like he's the strongest guy on the blue collar tribe, or maybe even Joe.
Yeah, one of those two.
Yeah, one of those two.
I can't believe I'm saying that though. I feel like Jen is going to shock everybody.
I think so, yeah. And then we already said we think that Will's going to be the first. Well, no. I said Will. Well, who do you think is going
I
to
say Vince.
Vince?
Either Vince or Nina, but more likely Vince
Well,
because Jen's gonna go to Joe, and Joe's gonna get either Will or who's the other chick? What's the other chick's name? Haley.
Haley, yeah. So was that
Joe
your
will get Will
question?
or Haley to vote Vince out.
I can see that happening. Was that your question? You said who was going to be leaving next week?
Okay. Wait. Yeah, that's my question.
Yeah. Oh,
From all three tribes.
yeah. So no collar. We both said either Sharon or Joaquin. If Joaquin can convince the tribe to keep Sharon, I mean to vote out Sharon, and then so yeah, those two, and then the blue collar tribe we said Dan definitely, and then free no collar. Well, I said Will or Vince, Will or Nina, and Andrew said Vince and Nina.
Okay. So
Yeah.
those are good predictions. I pretty much agree with you guys. So
Yeah.
so sorry for cutting out
Who's
you
winning
guys.
Survivor 30?
What?
I know it's really early, and our picks will probably change during the season. But who's winning Survivor 30?
I'm thinking Joe or Jen. Joe, Jen, maybe even Max.
I'm saying Jen.
I'm gonna go with Carolyn.
Ew.
Carolyn.
When you were gone, with Stefan, I brought this up. I feel like Tyler might tell Max and Shireen and Joaquin maybe that Carolyn has an idol, and they're gonna blindside her in the next week or two.
No, because she seems more like she's brought that alliance kind of together, so they're going to be more inclined to listen to her. Like, she seems really game savvy, so if they were smart, they could use her and, like, flip on her, but I don't think that, I don't know if they would do that.
So you're saying Carolyn's going to win?
I think she would.
Whoa, that's big, because I did not see that.
You don't see that? I can see her winning.
I feel like she's going to get voted out with the idol in her pocket.
I don't think that.
I can see her going far, but I don't see her winning. People are going to get annoyed by her. Like, she just blah, 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 blah.
But right now, you don't know, really. You don't know. All you know is she's in a majority alliance, and she's, like, the center. That alliance had a chance to flip on her. Even one person in that alliance knew she had the idol. So right now she's in a majority alliance. They appear to trust her, and so when they merge, everyone else don't know really about her. So
who's in a better position for White Collar, Tyler or Max?
Who's a better competitor?
Who's in a better position right now?
I don't see either of them really. It's hard to say. They're all pretty equal. Yeah, I would say they're all pretty equal outside of Joaquin, the other four are like team tight.
Yeah. And who knows, Carolyn may go far.
Yeah, I think she will.
Yeah.
So just gonna wrap this up, and
once we're done